welcome back to another episode of a terrible creepypasta, a cool series, a shitty series actually. Today I'm here with JD File, Joe Boinga, and Redude, this fucking rodent person guy, I don't fucking know. Today we're gonna be reading a Spongebob creepypasta. It's called Spongebob Forgotten Episode. It probably is best that this was forgotten because this is a shitty creepypasta. Anyways, let's start. I was a huge fan of a show called SpongeBob SquarePants. It was one of my favorite shows. Oh no. Look at the way he spelled favorite. He's British.
Wait, there's different ways of spelling favorite?
But I am not anymore because I find out that there is one episode that never aired on TV. I am going to tell you my story now. I was home alone. It was late at night, and I, uncapitalized I, was trying to sweep, and it can't too. It can't too what? It can't too what? What are you saying? So I, uncapitalized I again, decided to stay awake. I switch on the TV, but nothing interesting was there. Then I, uncapitalized I again, go on Nickelodeon channel to see some SpongeBob episode was. There's no space between the words episode and was. There, but no. Then I reminded that I have some SpongeBob DVDs. There was mini DVDs, but that one I caught my eye was different than others. The title was handwritten, and it was saying SpongeBob Unseen Episode. I mean, like, you said these were your DVDs, right? I'm pretty sure you would have watched this before, but who cares? I thought this is some episode that Nickelodeon aired years later, and almost no one remembers it. The episode of the DVD was strange, and it looked like SpongeBob with no eyes standing outside in night, but it was too blurry. I popped DVD to my player, but only thing that I got was just a black screen. I give it up and try to sleep, but curiosity kept me still. What the fuck is this?
Turns out he just forgot to turn on the TV.
Yeah, totally just forgot to turn on the TV, so he was just that stupid, he forgot to turn it on. I tried to play DVD again. That was mistake. This time, instead of black screen, it showed a red text written on a white background saying, "This is a SpongeBob episode. All footage here belongs to Nickelodeon Studios. Warning, some parts are contain scenes that may be disturbing for viewers under 16. Watch at your own risk."
Good thing that the ghost that haunts this SpongeBob DVD cares about viewer discretion.
Yeah, it's like, this ghost is really, considerate. He's a good ghost, I repeated the words in my mind. I know that SpongeBob had some dark scenes, but they aren't interesting, aren't disturbing, I mean. Then the text faded out to picture of a noose. After about 10 seconds, it cut to a SpongeBob intro. I caught something off guard. Why is God capitalized? What? The colors. Okay, that's that. Look at the way
they're
colors.
they're
definitely British or Canadian. In colors and intro, we're changing every 3 seconds. How do you know they were changing every 3 seconds? Were you just counting every time they were changing? It's like, oh yeah, it's like 1, 2, 3. Yep, it changed again. And some parts of theme song were played backwards. Weird, I thought to myself. Anyway, the title card appeared, and it looked different. instead of words, there was numbers. And I'm not even gonna try to say that fucking list of numbers. Just Jimmy, when you editing, just put that on the screen. Written on black and white background. Wait, no, not background. Background was also weird. Was that instead of music, there was footsteps followed by some unsettling humming sounds. Episode began with an outside view of SpongeBob's house, but there was no music. Then camera panned to one window in which sat SpongeBob. He looked very depressed and he was crying. His bedroom looked really ruined. After about 30 seconds of this, he got up and walked out of the room. But before the next scene appeared, the camera cuts to a red static. After 1 minute, it cuts to pictures of Patrick's surprised face, while some woman voice singing backwards played in background. What are you even trying to say at this point? What is happening?
He's
What
not
is
even trying
happening in
to
the
actually
story?
say a sentence.
What is happening in the story at this point? It's like, oh yeah, a SpongeBob looked depressed and some woman was singing or something.
SpongeBob had a hissy fit and what messed up his room.
Yeah. After another static, it showed a scene of Mr. Krabs in his office. A dark figure walked in and started chopping Mr. Krabs with a knife. He screamed in pain while hyper-realistic blood splattered everywhere, of course. Scene cut off, and then series of scary images appeared on screen. After that, it showed a SpongeBob. That implies there were multiple SpongeBobs sitting
Uh-oh.
in dark basement with deaf people. What?
Deaf people? Is he talking about like
Deaf people. Yeah. What if
like
the author
Helen
was just
Keller?
talking about people that can't hear? He's just like, oh yeah, he was sitting in the basement with a load of deaf people. Camera cut it to black, and then it shoved SpongeBob hanging from noose.
Hold
The
on.
rest of episode.
SpongeBob does
What?
SpongeBob
not have a
hanging
neck.
from noose.
How did he
SpongeBob
hang
hanging
himself?
from noose.
How did he hang
Wait,
himself?
yeah,
with a
you
noose?
wait.
He
So,
doesn't
like, how
have a
does that
neck.
even work? He doesn't have a neck. How does that work?
It just wrapped around. I'm
Did
kind
he
of
just, like,
picturing
tie
it just
around his
wrapped
whole
around his
body?
body. Yes.
He just tied around his whole body. Oh my fucking god. The rest of episode is just. Why is just capitalized? Just static and screaming. Then the episode ended. I was shocked by this. Then I put the DVD in trash. Ken decided to never watch it again. After watching this episode, I had terrible nightmares and hallucinations. So if you find this episode, don't watch it. That's the fucking end of it.
How-
Well, I guess we better get on to what we think about the story. So, Redude, what do you think of it?
Sounds very spooky. I'm gonna heed his warning and not watch it if I ever come across. What was it
Yes.
called? What was the disc labeled as?
I would generally don't. I think it was like unseen episode or something.
Unseen SpongeBob episode.
Yeah, it's like unseen SpongeBob episode. JD, what did you think of it?
Very cool.
Yep, he's very cool indeed.
Descriptive.
I personally think that this was a piece of shit because, like, what even
What?
happened in the story? Can any of you give me a like timeline of what happened?
Easy. He finds a disc in a dumpster called. Wait, that's not what happened.
No, like
He finds a disc.
no,
He
like,
previously had the DVD. He just had it
he already
sitting there.
had the DVD.
He's had SpongeBob Forgotten Episodes sitting on a shelf, and he decided
already
might as well
had the
pop that in.
DVD.
So he decided to pop that in, and then when he watched
Yeah.
it, SpongeBob had a hissy fit and hung himself. I'm guessing by the nose.
Yeah,
or
and
something
then
like
then
that.
he was in a basement with a bunch of deaf people or something.
I like how it just casually mentioned that somebody, like, it had nothing to do with the story, but somebody walked in and stabbed Mr. Crab.
Yes. It's just completely out of place. It's like, oh yeah, some random guy just fucking stabs Mr. Krabs. Okay, well, that's the end of this episode. I hope you enjoyed. Make sure to unsubscribe. This channel sucks. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed.
Oh,
Bye
no,
bye.
no, 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 frick